Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape lately, you've probably heard some whispers, some rumors, and maybe even some reports indicating that a seismic shift might be on the horizon, especially in the AFC North. And no, I'm not talking about just another game or a minor roster tweak. We're talking about a potentially transformative move that could redefine the Steelers' offensive line and consequently their entire season. That move, according to sources and insiders, involves the Pittsburgh Steelers acquiring Garrett Bowles from the Denver Broncos. Yes, the same Bowles who's been a key figure on Denver's offensive line for years now. And let me tell you, this isn't just a rumor. It's looking like a real possibility, and the implications are enormous. Let's set the stage a little bit. The Steelers, coming off a 4-3 start, are in a position where they're looking to solidify their offensive line after some injury setbacks. We saw how Sumalo's ankle injury and Frazier's knee issues exposed some vulnerabilities, especially when it comes to protecting quarterback Kenny Pickett. Now, adding Bowles to the mix could be a game changer, especially considering his track record. At 33 years old, Bowles isn't just a veteran. He's a proven pro bowler, someone who has anchored the tackle position with consistency and elite performance. In 2025, he started 8 games, earning a PFF grade of 84. 5 with just 1 penalty, 0 sacks allowed, and a run block grade of 82. 3. When you look at his pass block efficiency, it's staggering, 95%, which is elite in the league. No injuries, no setbacks, just pure, reliable performance. And that's what the Steelers need right now, stability. His career stats tell a compelling story. Over more than 100 starts, Bowles has maintained an impressive PFF grade of 83. 2. Allowed only about 3.5 sacks per year and consistently been a top-tier protector on the blind side. When you consider his run blocking, averaging 4.2 yards per carry on runs to the left, it's clear he's not just a pass blocker but a well-rounded tackle who can contribute to both facets of the offense. And let's not forget, Bowles' presence on the field is almost unmatched in terms of durability. He plays around 99% of snaps, which places him in the elite category of offensive tackles. That kind of consistency is exactly what the Steelers need to help Kenny Pickett develop further and to give Najee Harris and the running game more room to operate. Now, why would the Broncos be willing to part ways? Well, Denver is in a bit of a rebuild mode, with a 3-5 record and a cap space of around $5.2 million. They're likely looking ahead to the future, especially with a draft pick for a quarterback in the pipeline, something that could be crucial for their long-term plans. The Steelers, on the other hand, are sitting with about $6.2 million in cap space, and they see the value of bolstering their offensive line. It's a strategic move that could elevate their offense significantly. Think about it. Bowles, with his elite run blocking and pass protection, could serve as a stabilizing force, especially after the injuries to Sumalo and Frazier exposed some weaknesses in their line. This move isn't just about adding a player. It's about transforming the entire unit into a more cohesive, formidable front that can protect Kenny Pickett and open up lanes for Najee Harris. But what about the impact on the AFC North? Well, this move could shift the balance of power considerably. The Steelers, already a competitive team, would gain an edge in protection, allowing their offense to operate with more confidence and consistency. And that's vital when facing tough defenses and playoff-caliber teams. Plus, imagine the psychological boost for the Steelers' offense. Having a veteran like Bowles anchoring the line, someone who's been in the trenches and knows what it takes to succeed. His experience and stability could be the missing piece that elevates Pittsburgh from a good team to a true contender. Let's talk a little about the broader NFL context. Bowles' addition would be a significant upgrade for the Steelers, especially considering how many teams rely heavily on their offensive line in today's NFL, where protection against blitzes and pressure is paramount. And speaking of protection, Bowles' stats are eye-opening. His PFF grade of 84. 5 in 2025, combined with allowing 0 sacks and just 1 penalty, is a testament to his technique and consistency. It's almost like having Trent Williams in the lineup. Bowles plays with a similar style, anchoring the pocket and making it extremely difficult for defenders to get around him. His pass protection efficiency of 95% is near the top of the league, and that's exactly the kind of performance the Steelers need to sustain drives and keep Kenny Pickett upright. Now, I know there are some skeptics out there, especially from the Broncos side. They're thinking about a cap space of just over $5 million, which isn't much in today's NFL, especially for a team in rebuilding mode. Plus, their offensive line overall has a PFF grade of only 71, which indicates room for improvement. They might see Bowles as a trade asset to help accelerate their rebuild, especially since losing him could slightly reduce their pass protection stats. EPA per pass dropped by about 12%. Meanwhile, the Steelers are optimistic. They're betting on Sumalo's ankle and Frazier's knee being manageable, and acquiring Bowles could serve as insurance and upgrade their line immediately. This strategic move could be the spark they need to push for a playoff push and secure a better seed in the postseason. And what's the potential impact on the Steelers' offensive production? Well, if Bowles can cut sacks by around 5, add roughly 300 rushing yards, and boost their PFF offensive line grade by about 7 points, the entire offense could see a dramatic improvement. This would translate into more points per game, potentially jumping from an average of 25 to 30 points per game, and could be the difference maker in tight games. Their record, which currently sits at 4-3, could easily climb to an 11-6 finish if this move pans out well, propelling them into the playoffs with renewed confidence. Looking ahead, this trade could have long-term implications too. Bowles has a history of being involved in OT trades that turn teams into contenders. His presence on the line could be the X factor that pushes the Steelers beyond just a playoff team to genuine Super Bowl contenders. They've been building this core, and adding a veteran tackle like Bowles fits perfectly into their vision of an upgraded, dynamic offensive line. His ability to block against blitzing defenses, especially in critical third-down situations, would be invaluable. And from a strategic standpoint, bolstering the offensive line's stability with Bowles' elite performance could also influence their odds of winning the Super Bowl, improving their chances from plus 5,000 to around plus 3,200, especially considering how much a dominant O-line can influence playoff success. So in conclusion, folks, this move isn't just about acquiring a talented tackle. It's about the Steelers making a bold statement that they're serious about contending now and in the future. It's about forging a formidable, almost impenetrable offensive line that can protect Kenny Pickett, open running lanes, and give their offense the consistency it needs to be a top-tier unit. Bowles, with his experience, skill, and durability, could be the missing piece that elevates the Steelers to new heights, an offensive line that's not just good but elite, comparable to the best in the league. The Broncos, on the other hand, seem to be playing the long game, focusing on their rebuild with draft picks and cap space. But for the Steelers, this is about seizing the moment, making a smart move now, and setting themselves up for a deep playoff run. It's a strategic gamble that could pay off big time, and if it goes through, you better believe the AFC North, and perhaps the entire AFC, will be watching closely. This is a classic example of how a single trade can shift the entire narrative of a season, and for Steelers fans, it's a reason to be optimistic about what's coming. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Garrett Bowles can be the game changer the Steelers need? How do you see this affecting their chances in the playoffs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.